My video for August 2nd, 2019, video number 3165, is entitled Promises of Real Change. It's always imminent. Like many, I've been waiting and waiting for the RV, currency revaluation, to actually happen. That and other markers of real change have been on my plate for years. Most of my life, in fact. I've been drawn to many voices of change for a long time. I was part of the movement to restore the original republic for the United States, serving as Secretary of State for Florida. I was part of Swiss Indo as part of the Australian delegation. I was contacted by the ambassador of the Chinese dragon family and did numerous videos with him until I faced my second open heart surgery. There have been many voices of change, yet all promises come and go. Lee Carroll, AKA also known as Kryon, has been another voice of change for many years now. His recent video this month, July 2019, is entitled, quote, "The world will change greatly in 2020, end quote. Of course, others are saying this month, August, or this fall. Will humanity ever experience real change, both inside, our codons being reactivated, and outside, actual changes in the geopolitical realm? The clock is ticking. Change is always imminent, yet never happens." Oh my goodness. I continue to listen and watch things that people recommend to me. And as I said in the blurb, I've been listening to Kryon for a long, long time. I've never met him, but he's been at the UN. He's given talks at the UN, private talks to the world leaders, supposedly, according to when I Googled and found out some things online, or I shouldn't say Googled because I don't use Google as my search engine. I use DuckDuckGo. But in any case, he has been an active participant in a lot of things and been speaking out for a lot of years. And Kryon is a conglomerate of extraterrestrial entities, I guess. And Lee Carroll is the one who channels those entities. And it doesn't appear like he's even channeling. And that's true with other channelers as well. It's like they're just actually talking to you. It's not like they're coming through as a channeled message, which some of the channeled messages that I listen to, it's obvious that it's something else. It's not just they even use fake voices and stuff like that and alter their voice to let you know that this isn't me, it's some entity speaking through me. Well, that's usually a turnoff for me anymore, although it wasn't always. I've explored so many things in my life, and I've been involved in so many things that I thought were going to bring actual changes. I can go back even further than the Republic thing, where I was acting as Secretary of State for the Florida Republic, and where I met Tim Turner, and of course the governor of Florida was a personal friend, and others that were personal friends. I posted a picture on my Facebook page recently of some of the people there. Now I don't even remember a couple of who they were. One of them, I think, was Tim Turner's bodyguard, if you will, but I'm not sure of that. It's been such a long time. But going way back even to my teenage years, I've been involved with people that had visions of a better world. I mean, Herbert W. Armstrong, going back into my teenage years, and the Plain Truth magazine, which I've talked about again in a recent video, but I've talked about it in previous videos going back even further. I've been actively pursuing something that will trigger change in both the 3D world and the internal world. I'd like to have my codons turned back on. I'd like to have more vivid memories restored, so that I could understand a little bit more about my journey. I don't comprehend why codons should be turned off. I think it should be as it was with anesthesia, that when you pass into the other one, you come back, you say, okay, I'm finished with this body. I'm ready to take on a new body. You go and you lay down in a cave somewhere and you get reborn, but your memories are not lost. You remember who you were. It's a continuum of experience from a previous life to the present life. And I don't know how many lives it can go back, but apparently in the physical world, the physical body cannot exist forever, although I don't even understand why not. If it's just an energy creation, energy lasts forever. So why can't its physical manifestation last forever? Lots of questions. Do you understand? It's lots of questions. Some questions I've never even been willing to ask, because I thought I knew the answer. So why ask something if you think you already know the answer? Well, I'm at the place in my life where I don't think I know the answers anymore. I don't think I know a lot of things anymore. Now, there's still a lot of my friends that think they know, but still the proof is in the pudding, as they say. And the manifestation in 3D reality is the reality. That's what is the confirmation that what you felt on the inside and what you've experienced inside of yourself is real. It's not real because you've experienced it inside. It's real because it manifests in the world around you. At least that's the way that I see it. Now, I know there are people that are going to say, I don't see it that way, Ron. Well, and we're all in our various stages of development. We're all in various levels of evolution, if you will. And our consciousness is either growing or it's not growing, depending on choices that we make, apparently. But I've always made the choice to do my best to embrace what I thought was the truth and to be open. The older I get, I'm more open to newer revelation of things. I've been wounded with a lot of other people. And as I said, I didn't buy into the currency revaluation till after my last open heart surgery. And then I was convinced that this thing is imminent, Ron, but that was over 3 years ago now, and it still hasn't happened. And there are still people saying that Donald Trump is the answer. Well, I'm sorry. I still see Donald Trump doing some things that make me scratch my head and saying, if he's aligned with Israel, he can't be the answer. Yet if he wasn't aligned with Israel, he wouldn't have gotten elected. So it's a catch-22, because so many of the Christian community has been brainwashed with the idea that the restoration of Israel was somehow fulfillment of biblical prophecy. So that's what many people are playing on. But to me, it's not, because it wasn't supposed to happen until Shiloh or Christ returns or the Messiah comes back. And who is the Messiah? Someone asked the question of the Buddha, are you the Messiah? And he said, no. Now, I don't know if that was a channeled message or not, but somebody sent me that comment on one of my commenters. And I agree, he wasn't. And yet I don't agree, because he was, and we all are. We all have that Messiah spirit within us, because if God is all and in all, if the Creator is all and in all, it's in everything that exists. But of course, we don't pay attention to all that is, and we're not even aware of many things that are probably part of a reality that we have not even discovered yet. We have yet to awaken to so many things in our lives and in our world. And I long for not promises of real change, but actualization of actual changes, because that's what we all need. Thank you, folks, for listening, and namaste.